I'm on the presidential rolling. So I crush them sees the guacamole, making Robin scream, holy moly. Big Papa, fuck a cape, I'm that paper crusader. Playing Sega in the wide body blazer. Ice with a piece and Drake yak with a pass. So it's me, myself, and I know my own Lord and Master. When your ass was born, it was all on the loan. And when it's time to die, you'll be all alone. So open up your mind.
Julio?
I think so.
Everybody's human with the nature of a sinner. So I look inside myself and got the strength from the inner. I got to fight back against the powers that be. Cause the powers that be trying to fight me.
You don't sound that bad.
Yo, Fantastic Voyage.
Huh?
He had a couple of joints.
Couple?
Yeah. Lot of joints?
Huh?
Lot of joints?
Got like 2. How much joints you giving him?
These are West Coast favorites, bro. Did he win a Grammy too?
For that LB shit. Wait, is that him? Coolio? Oh, yeah. There's another one he had too, I forgot. One more song he had that was big. Fantastic Voyage. Yeah. But that was 100% stolen, so.
Oh, 100% stolen.
Hey, there's no creativity to that shit.
Yeah, you have to write the lyrics. That's come on, man. You can't give him that.
Coolio?
You know how many people was doing that?
That nigga's fucking with Coolio like that?
Coolio. Timberland Boots always represent. Man, what's good? Salute.
What up, Jim?
We on the Grizzly. Coolio get props. What's up?
Yeah, pop because he came into the game at the right time and he had a couple of joints. I give him that, but he had no conversation.
Nah. I wouldn't go that far either. Yeah. At least not on the East Coast.
You know the song?
No.
Not a fan of it, but.
The motherfucking dust kicker. Who can you trust? Do you have the heart to see a nigga? What? Before you bust. My name is smoking on the tongues of so many folks. Busting motherfuckers out the box. I ain't even go. Now how the hell do you explain?
I don't know what Biggie album this is on. It might be one of them Biggie duet shit.
Yeah. Like Shot the Born Again and all that.
And busting niggas ass. Stay alive, skinny ass player. Watching bigger motherfuckers fry. They ask me how I'm living. I'm a hustler. Fucking busters.
My coach in the building. Alright, Timberland Boots reference. Alright, my people's here.
Huh?
People's is here.
Oh.
So I wanna see her at his fucking way. Make way, the nigga played me the other day. I'm walking with my son and the nigga has something
tripping.
Might be in the hall. Hold on.
White intake like toast, so iron. Was told you shoot out, stay low, and keep firing. Keep extra clips for extra shit. Who's next to flip on that cat with that grip on rap? The most shady, Frankie baby. Ain't no telling where I may be. May see me in DC at Howard Homecoming with my man Capone drumming fucking something. 30 G's know my stilo. Went from 10 G's for blow to 30 G's a show to all G's with O's I never seen before. So Jesus, get off the notorious. Us before I squeeze and bust. If the beef between us, we can settle it with the chrome and metal shit. I make it hot. You're delicate, you better get who sent you. You still pedal shit. I got more rides, the great adventure. Big
Oh, you're gonna do it. Do it.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. On your mark, get set. When I spark you wet, look how dark you get when you're marked for death. Should I start your breath or should I let you die? In fear you start to cry, ask why. Lyrically I worship, don't front the word sick. You cursed it, but rehearsed it. I drop unexpectedly like bird shit. You nerves get stuck quickly with royalties and show money. Don't forget the publishing, I punish them. I'm done with them, son. I'm surprised you run with them. I think they got coming up, cause they nothing but dicks. Trying to blow up like nitro and dynamite sticks. Man, I smoke hydro, rock diamonds, that's sick. Got paid off my flow, ride with my own clip. Take trips to Cairo, laying with your bitch. I know you praying you was rich, fucking prick. When I see you, I'ma kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
Man, Block Ice Jules. Man, Top Black.
What up, man? Alright.
Come on in. Oh, man, Clean.
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. This goes out for those that choose to use disrespectful views on the king of NY. Fuck that, my tribe, throw bleach in your eye. Now you're grilling it, slash that light shit, I'm scaling it. Conscience of your nonsense. In 88, so more powder than Johnson and Johnson. Took steel like
Alright, you want to let the music play? You want to talk about some of the topics we got? Then flow you right into it. You can, start to talk some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Get into your book, get into the series and everything. How you feel about what's going on, hip-hop and all that. We're going to have questions on the fly. Anybody spit here? Spit? We might have to approach you for a minute. Get a little hot 16 or something.
I got the idea from somebody. He was like, yo, people not that American thug is used to the shit that trying to go to Africa, the person and all that. But she was like, if you give me a million shit to where I got the position to go to Africa, she was like, I'm about 700 Africa. That's what the border ed budget. Why I ain't even know what he did, man.
Word up, the rap, the crap, you bought me. On the rap, I think too lazy. Hold it for me. I'm straight that brick. Bust the head strict and drenched out everlasting. Like it's so on broadcast. I tech nine. When I rhyme, looks like mine on this rhyme. Yeah, I couldn't fuck with one line. It's been 3 years since your last year. But now I reappear. Your heart pumps fear. To your gut. Think your girl's butt. I script and that shit won't strut. I smash deep, fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith. You won't be around next year, my rap. The man can get
Because the American thug sold out. You know what I'm saying? The magazine and stuff like that. And once the time to do the same number, probably a little bit more. A little bit more. I'll put my paperwork from the actual place that I was paying at the end. And I got out the name. Yo, you want to do it?
Mad motherfucking hardcore. It's my time to burn the explore. The flavor in your ear is the voice again. I make outs. I make all the rappers have doubts. You're fucking with your own clan and the wrong man. That's it. Now you got to get your dues split. I'm going into my knapsack with my cat. Take off my hat. Yes, I'm just cool like
Still
that.
now
The
to this day.
dangerous, the ruggedness from the flappers abyss. BLS 97 kiss better than this. I'm gonna live long in this rap game. Niggas on my
They
name.
live
Yo,
nowadays,
fuck, fuck.
man.
You was a strong.
He was just on the whip talking about alcohol. Like,
Yeah.
I told him, I said, it's crazy. He's a popular dude.
They saw him uptown too. Other dudes walking with him.
You see that too, huh? Boy, they like little chains. That's crazy. Comfortable. Comfortable, man.
High color. That's the climate, man. Everybody that's would do something, it's all for you. It's really all for you.
Back, relax, steam a blunt, sip a Vex. Think about the sexy singers that I wanna sex. I'd probably go to jail for fucking Patty LaBelle or Regina Belle. She probably do me swell. Jasmine Guy was fly, Mariah Carey's kinda scary. Wait a minute, what about my honey Mary? The jeans, they fitting like a glove. I had a crush on you since real love, huh? Hold your horses, I'ma show you who the boss of intercourses. Sex are taking no losses. Even groups like SWV and TLC can't see B.I.G. with telepathy. The recipe, I picture hardcore with the gun. Trippin' ain't easy, but it sure is fun. When I bust my nuts, I bust them one by one. So what's the 411
Came on Cypress Day?
Came on nobody was outside. Maybe Big Chris. Yeah.
Everybody knows, man.
Yeah.
That's some lawsuit money or something like that. Start acting up. You know, now you came on, right? You was singing now back in the day, right?
You can 76 to 69, try 68. Say when it's small, only cause I'm paid, I'm fucking on a J. Ain't my DJ Janae, he like it when they say everybody, move your body. Got Whitney Houston boosted from Bobby. As I bust the cherry in my red, then shots to shot. I know that pussy hairy. Shot day, ooh, I know that pussy tired. Smack Tina Turner, give a flashback, so I smoke a stone fucking in vogue because it's Florida. Jimmy Hats, Patra, I'm using all of them. If that bitch give me action, guarantee satisfaction. Dreams of fucking and all bitch.
Yeah. Move out of book.
Dreams of fucking and all
Move out of book for 5 days now.
Dreams of fucking and all bitch.
Wow. Yeah, whole 18 is out. They just not together. That's why he's messing around with the other organization. And then he stopped messing with them. And I'm like, we didn't with nothing else.
Get them back on track.
And I got the blessings from them, you know, like I told one big guy, like, yo, that's knowledge talking, like you do it, yeah,
I got techniques dripping out my butt cheeks. Sleep on my stomach, so I don't fuck up my sheets.
we had people bugging out with that right here, saying, you know, I did shit like crazy, look.
Oh,
That was in the front?
As I sit back and look when I used to be a crook, doing whatever it took from snatching chains to pocketbooks.
Hey, yo, it's called the Cosby team like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? And then they wind up helping us. Because that scene where you see knowledge on the building is dark. Them lights, that's the police car. They turned the car around and put the high beams on for us, man.
Shit is real, and hungry's how I feel. I roll and steal because that money got that ripple feel. Kicking niggas down the steps just for rent. And the repercussion lead to niggas getting wet. Niggas for rent at your head real steady. You better grab your guns cause I'm ready.
We walked through the whole Western, me and his son, walked through the whole Western. Suicide was straight dead, yo.
Got throw the tech to your fucking neck. Everybody hit the deck. Biggie about to get some wreck. Quick to leave you in the coffin for slick talking.
Everybody was
You
gone.
better act like CC and keep on walking. When I hit you, I switch you to the white meat.
That was the
You swung
original
left, you swung right, you fell to the concrete. Your face, my feet, they meet. We're stomping. I'm ripping them seeds from
You know B.O.,
Tallahassee
right?
to Compton. Biggie's falls on a higher plane.
Yeah.
Niggas say I'm strange, still rap because I put the 12
Yo, B.O. doing the same too, man.
Taking shit splatter.
Like 2 or 3 different, ways. Yeah, exactly. I told him it's a matter of time. We brought the Harley up in there too, yo.
Anniversary. 83.
You said what? It was like that? You said?
Like that. And
It's on the same record.
yeah,
Sorry, yeah. Remember I had that record, yeah.
Now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
Cause I'm ready.
I'm ready to die.
Alright.
Come tune in. 8 to 10. D-Box Radio. Got some guests. Clean is hitting it all.
different support.
I like the visuals they put up like the girls' nails and the team side.
The Team Side United, right? Yeah. I like them too, though. I'm trying to
One
get
thing
them.
I know is that life is short, so listen up, boy, give this a thought. The next time someone's teaching, why don't you get taught?
That's
It's
up,
like
man.
that,
Yeah, no doubt.
and that's the way
Like my
it
big sister
is.
back in the day.
Yeah, they dying today. For real family
The
stuff.
one that knows successes will
How many
make
kids
you
you got?
class.
Two.
You got two?
You won't be sad. It's like that, and that's the
Kids
way
got us
it
feeling like we old, man. And they actually smart, you know?
My son got a mustache. Well,
Yeah.
how old is he? 13.
My daughter
in
13.
life is why you
Got that
serve.
big fuzz Cuban stuff going on.
Drop the school up.
Yeah, my daughter
It's like
going through that right now. I'm at the two shot game.
Yes, yes.
Cool.
you should not miss. Do not be a fool who's prejudiced. Because we're all written down on the same list. It's
We run for 2 hours.
what? And that's the
We're
way.
like 2 or 3 spots. So, like, the second spot, you go run. Just go out to most parts of Brooklyn, of course, Manhattan, and also overseas as well. And,
Oh, y'all overseas too?
and some states in between. So we good. Easy to knock out.
Yeah, I wish my book was out in China the way I get them Chinese on my joint, man. Yo, they show mad love, man.
No,
Whoa, man. They way more loyal than Americans, man.
they about a solid dollar. They're not about a separate dollar. They'll live 12 people in one joint. And have what they call rotating economy.
They work like ants, man. Ants, man.
You get the store this time. These 5 people get the store. Do what y'all gotta do. Move out. The next 5 people come in. That's how they run the restaurant.
Oh, I be in there delivering the liquor. I got my CDL. I be in all these bars and these stuff. I deliver the liquor in there. Truck down there, man. I see how they be working it. Some of them Chinese, they live in there.
Yeah.
See the stove, the bed, all that.
Right amongst the boxes.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. If only we did that.
Let's get it on tonight while I wait for
Our
tomorrow.
problem is space. We gotta have our own space.
I just on the mini Piraki.
13 already touched the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
Sets off the dynamic in their head. Gotta get some love. What the mother say to the girl? Well, you out here smelling it, so you need to get some. 16
Wow,
years old.
man. Exactly.
That's the demographic because it's all about space. All about space. So you want to do is try to increase the square footage.
Baby, you sure you wanna sleep next to ooh when it's 3 artists on the TV?
We
It's
got
kung
some
fu,
other thing, like,
fuck around in the
my
middle,
brother
end
Troy,
up
right?
on top of you.
Came over from college, playing basketball, going
You want the first, best
Yeah, we
believe
got
the
a
show
4-day
is
degree
one
from
of you.
Marvel University. I brought like the
I decided, yeah, he pretty good,
I
dog.
showed him what drivers get CDL. We forgot about the degree. Came over there with the drug stuff. Then he got a clean record. That's for the money I don't want. That's the can't even enjoy, man.
And J-Lo, he was here before. He got a couple of liquor stores. Bad cases. Bad cases.
He got them in the city. Most likely we deliver to
One in Red Hook and one in like close to Williamsburg. Red Hook is actually over there, but Red Hook was popping.
got Russians over there in Williamsburg and that. Yeah.
Got with it with the Russian Jew.
Yeah, them two. It's kind of like matter of fact, the Louis dude just sold me a bag of 100 bottles.
Sing it to him.
And then they sold me some time. Like,
Sing it
and
to
then we deliver to the store. We can get it for prices that y'all can't.
A wholesale joint.
Because we can't buy from our actual company because it's better as far as that legal and all that. So we just get through the store. That's where the cake at, girl. What's going on in hip hop right now?
Well, it depends what you look at. We're about to talk about that Prime 2 with Premier and Voice of 5'9". You got new stuff by Big Crit. It's mega stuff. It's totally hot. Planet Ace is somebody I really like. He's doing it. California, doing it crazy. But then you got Casanova 2 times.
He got the hardest shit out on the street right now with that.
Yeah, but in competition is Tekashi.
The little youngin.
Yeah.
I was checking with the little youngin doing it. He's from Brooklyn. From Chicago, man. Gotta support him, man.
But at the same time, it's like, it's a touch and go situation.
Them two niggas cross that.
Yeah, that's
Cross that.
but it separates more than you bring together.
6 years strong, they can't knock the hustle. I'ma be here long on some rap and punch some shit. Stay close to our stack, my bundles wig, get the paper cut. Anytime I tongue a lift, I talk sharp. Please don't start with the dawn, guaranteed it never do me no harm. I can teach you to raise your arm and your guns to bust for me. Palm in the knee, palm in the dropping the bars, call me, don't dirt on my palms, hardly ever. If I let her wipe the fingerprints off of my Gucci sweater, fuck you know about this bar shit, big talk shit. I spark business, shots and call it. Niggas ain't got bars, they not alcoholics. I raised the bar so high that I made a body from all this love. Flows is polished, foes demolished. I was raised in the neighborhood, so polished. Now I get a little quarter when I stand on my wallet. And I'm on tracks with the late great Christopher Wallace. I'm a hip hop scholar, graduated with the young God honors. And the wisdom and the knowledge from all my forefathers. I pay homage. Only right, I keep this shit honest. High level shit, they call me a honest bitch.
Go to an airport and notice that. That's a federal case right there.
As a felon.
As a, oh yeah, guaranteed time.
That's why he's trying to run.
Gonna talk after this.
Yeah.
Man, it's all the time.
Right. Yeah. Iron fish, stuck in the lab like a scientist. Killing everything in my environment. I ain't the one.
Any more?
Where y'all want to
I'm
go on,
Brooklyn
Mike?
Bubble Thorough. King of the jungle, now they all in trouble. 6 years strong, they can't knock the hustle. I'ma be here long on some rap and puzzle shit. Stay close to I stack my bundles with, get the paper cut anytime my tongue will lift. I talk sharp, please don't start with the dawn. Guaranteed it never do me no harm. I can teach you to raise your arm and your guns to bust for me. Palming the knee, palming and dropping the bars. Call me, don't dirt on my palms, hardly ever. If I let her wipe the fingerprints off of my Gucci sweater, fuck you know about this bar shit, big talk shit. I spark
Joey
business,
Badass.
shots I call it. Niggas ain't got bars, they non-alcoholics. I raised the bar so high that I made a body from all
I don't know where it's on. I just found it today. It's called King of the Jungle.
Now I get a little taller when I stand on my wallet. And I'm on tracks with the late great Christopher Wallace. I'm a hip hop scholar, graduated with the young God honors. And the wisdom and the knowledge from all my forefathers. I pay homage. Only right, I keep this shit honest. High level shit, they call me a honest bitch. Yeah, iron fist, stuck in the lab like a scientist. Killing anything in my environment. I ain't the one that you
You
niggas
gotta
should
be
be
talking
trying
straight
with
to
your
them joints.
Yeah.
iron fist, stuck in the lab like a scientist. Killing everything in my environment. I ain't the one. So good.
Nah. Look at that, Dre, that was nice. Yeah, he did. So they used to wear the hats.
Yeah.
With the what's in the hell yeah, Dre. Come on, original team side, yo. 18, man. Walk inside.
Yeah.
Just gonna walk inside,
They
man.
come through Kifu through that way, through the path. They go around, all types of goofy ass ways to go to school, all that. Ah. Nice work.
Get you in there, Andy.
Yeah.
Your mic on?
We on, baby. We on.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I don't hear you and shit.
Turn my mic up. Turn my voice up.
I Jules, American Thug.
Yeah. Wow. We gonna get into your bag in a minute. We gonna get to all that. Let's rock.
All right.
Rock.
You good?
Yes, sir.
You got your headphones?
Got the headphones.
All right, cool. This is the blockbeatboxradio.com every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm your man, Mr. Clean on the ones and twos.
All right. Omega Sun, a.k.a. Tada.
I turn your mic up. I don't know what's it.
And make sure y'all turn your
Where's your
radio
mic?
off.
What's
Where's
good? We here. 1, 2.
All right.
You hear me through the headphones?
Yeah, no, we good.
Cool.
All right. You turn this down a little bit. We got special guests in the house. Introduce yourselves.
Yes, sir.
I Jules, the author.
Yo, this Ty Black, artist, designer. I'm all over the place, man. Paperwork.
All
got Crook Slaylo in the back too, yo.
And the cut like Jones, baby.
I hear that. What's going on, man? Everybody else, how was your weekend and everything,
It was
man?
beautiful, man. It was
Yeah?
alright, yeah. Go through it.
Playing some Biggie shit, you know why? Because,
Yeah,
And,
the unfortunate day of March 9th. You
Yeah.
know, it's definitely a sad event. You know, too much controversy around it. But right before then, he was powerful music. So, you know, it's kind of like exit on a high note.
yeah.
But we always miss Big Papa, man. He's the whole quintessential force of Brooklyn. You know, going from ashy to classy and just making it from nothing to something.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? That's what Brooklyn is about.
And I fell asleep watching that Fugazi ass, what's that shit, that Tupac Biggie
Oh,
USA.
murder, that USA style. I'm like, another one, man?
milking
Come on.
it.
I keep milking it for real. I'm like, damn, another one? Shit. Damn, we all know it's some bullshit, some conspiracy shit. Let's just leave it alone. We ain't never gonna figure it out, man. So
Yeah.
it is weird. I just hate to see the whole reenactment because every time you see shit, you say to yourself, damn, if he would have did this or if they would have did that, if he would have ruled this way,
Right,
you know. And I just hate to backtrack and shit. But like you said, I mean, but the whole weekend, I mean, a lot of parties was going on in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of Biggie party, a lot of Biggie brunches. All that shit was going on. So it was
a lot of
always
Coogee sweaters. Everybody
I
reprising
agree, yeah.
the Coogee
I got
sweaters
fried.
out there.
I felt victim. I had the Coogee Pumas on, so I felt a little victim
Yeah, I
to
saw
that.
those
So.
on the Gucci.
Yeah.
I saw you, man.
I couldn't afford no Gucci's. One of my homegirls asked me how much Coogee sweat. I don't know how much the shit costs.
The original.
I told her $3. Am I wrong?
$625.
You serious?
500.
What?
You get
Still?
it.
Old suit 11.
Oh, damn. See, I never fucking Coogee. Man. I couldn't afford that.
What is that, velvet? That's that type
Shit.
of. That's that type of feel.
Oh man. Also,
Thank you, Dr. Cosby, for the Coogee.
it was him.
Yeah, no doubt.
I didn't realize it was Cosby that was doing that did the whole shit. But also, it was a couple of birthdays over the weekend. Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
So one of the architects.
Oh,
yes.
Def Jam, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Of the hip hop experience,
Oh,
for real, you know.
salute.
That's right, man.
Of course, my pro black side wouldn't try to rebel that, but you know, actual fact is what it is.
What?
You know what I'm saying? He did put it down, man.
Yeah, him and Russ, man. Without him and don't let Russ fool you. Russ couldn't do that shit without him.
Right.
So I mean, he held that whole label down, man. It was probably one of the first hip hop real labels out here, you know, to put it out there. So
Not to mention, not a lot of venues was playing hip hop. They didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
It's 1983.
They thought it was gonna be a fad.
Yeah.
Right.
They thought it was gonna
And
die
then they
out.
mashed it with punk rock because they really didn't know what to do with that either. So that's when you got a lot
That's
of
what happened?
rock and roll and rap acts in the same category.
oh, they probably was performing in the same venues at
Right.
the same time
The
too.
Run DMC and what's that?
Beastie
Aerosmith
Boys.
Walk This
joint
Way.
and all
Yeah,
that. Remember
yeah,
that
yeah.
track?
That
Walk
was
This Way.
Walk This Way, right.
Yeah.
That was like after a whole lot of other stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
People still rejecting Run DMC for being a crossover act.
Yeah.
Facts.
That joint was hard too, though,
No,
man.
nah, it was
Yeah,
very
hard.
hard. It was hard, and everybody had to realize that. Oh shit, this shit could be done.
I tried to kick my grandmother wall in.
Oh, you remember the video when they busted in?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, because like you said, Run DMC. I mean, not only that, but like you said, over the weekend, what was it today? The It's Like That and the Suck MCs came out. So,
Yeah.
shout out to one of both those two records. If any DJs out there that know, that was, if you're a real DJ and you had the real vinyl, one was on one side, one was on the other side. So
Right.
you couldn't lose back then. And back then, getting a record, and you had two joints on there that you could play. That shit was a fucking treat,
not
man.
just Sucker MCs.
Suck MC, that's my joint,
It's
man.
it's like it's the creme de la creme. Because once you put the first four sounds of that bar, you know what it is already.
Yeah.
You already knew what it was, and some of us was just waiting for DMC's verse because we knew that the best.
What yeah. Because I mean the whole I'm light skinned, I live in that whole shit. That shit was like timeless, man.
Queens couldn't get enough of it.
And it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean certain lyrics is just timeless. You know, Run DMC has it, Rakim has some, Big has some, Jay got some. You know, and certain dudes they shit just you even got like the new cast that's out now. They flip it a certain way. They might add a little flavor to it, but at the same time they use a little bit excerpts from that verse here and there. So
And they don't even know that that's what they're doing because they've been told to sample that. Like some dude, I seen a young dude get caught on the radio with Ebro had said the verse that he said, the bar, and it was actually an old school rapper joint. He was like, "Oh wow."
He didn't know?
No, he didn't know.
Oh, damn. I don't know.
He'll say something like thinking of a master
Yeah.
plan and not knowing that that's actually Rakim.
Yeah,
you know?
oh,
But the
shit.
producer told him to say that because it'll be a good way to start it.
See, and this is why we have that conversation that's controversial mumble rap versus lyricism.
Yeah.
It's not because we're trying to hate on the young
Yeah,
people.
nah,
You know
it's
what I'm
not
saying?
that.
Because words mean something to people. And if it could have something that could change their lives and make them think a different way, or even make them feel fly for a moment, man, just say that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and raindrops, drop tops. That's not going to make it all the time. You know? It's fun when
It's
you're
a
in the
balance.
gym.
Yeah, there's a balance.
You know,
I mean,
gotta
that's,
have that
you
too.
know, that's the case. You know, you could have had Dr. Seuss being an artist or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Right,
Exactly.
Ham and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Cat in the hat.
Yeah, and that was the first MCs for a lot of us.
Yeah.
The teacher was saying right out the book, you know, red rose, red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish.
What was that? Not in the box, not with a fox?
Yeah.
Not in the house, not with a mouse?
I don't even know that shit. But you just said redfish, whitefish. The first time I even heard that shit was on Living Color.
Alright.
When they did a little skit when they was when he was locked up, and that's the only time first time I heard that shit.
Oh.
But also over the weekend is AZ's birthday.
Oh, shout out to
Your
AZ,
boy.
yo.
Yeah, I wish it's
One of the best
I wish it's
MCs,
cool.
man.
He still got one of the illest verses that realizing the realism of life and actuality.
This one talking
Life's a
about.
bitch.
Yeah.
He got Nas on that
Yeah.
one.
Everybody keeps saying that. You think he got that on that
Come
record?
on,
Yo,
that
it was,
verse, man.
yeah, true. It wasn't like a competition per se, but it was something like he had to make a point.
Yeah.
I know him with this young dude. He a thoroughbred. I'm gonna show you what we about. He threw the bankroll out there.
You're right. I mean, yeah, he had to step it up. I mean, I'm sure he was in the lab or in the crib just making sure he's like, yo, my shit gotta be tight. I'm going up against.
I don't even think it was that.
You don't think it was that?
I think he was like effortless with it. I think
Think
he
so?
was effortless. AZ is that type of dude. Quiet money and all that.
Yeah.
He's that type of dude. He got it in the chamber. Like, he ready to roll.
All right. So shout out to AZ, his birthday also.
Yeah.
But let's get to our guest, man.
Visualizer. Yeah. All right.
Omega, lead the way, man. Let us know what's up. What's up?
Oh man, we got a devastating author, a young brother right here, man, straight from the turf, East New York, Brooklyn, New York, man, stand up, 2 feet, 10 toes down, you know what I'm saying? American Thug, sold out. I mean, you probably get it from eBay from somebody that can't read books. Shoot, got a few projects out. The gang units, you know, he said he switched it to something else. I want you to expound on that, definitely. You know, was shouted out in Feds Magazine, Sweets Magazine,
Don Diva.
Don Diva. Oh,
What's
man.
that? FDM? What's that, Anna? FDM? Something
What's
Dynamics
FDM?
Magazine. I got the cover of that.
Yeah, oh man, that's marvelous right there. And more to come. You got more to come. I'm letting him get into his bag right now. Introduce yourself, player.
I Jules, Team Side United / CEO. My brother Crooks later on. D-Boy Webster.
Yeah, the building.
Yeah, those the 3 owners of Team Side United because I decided like when I filed for the ownership of the company with the government that I couldn't just be the only power force. You know, this is not like a dictatorship. It was more like a democracy. So I had to bring my little brother on and my right hand man who served a 4-year life. So I had to make sure his 30% was going to be there, whether he get that appeal or not. You remember D-Boy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he got 30%.
Yo, let's talk about that loyalty, man. Like, all right, how you even come about thinking about doing a book and all this stuff? What's that about?
I had a lot of box time. I had my first state bid, even though I had caught a charge in New York before that, but that didn't come in no real time because it was the first. But my first state bid was actually in Virginia, Commonwealth State. So, you know, they give you a lot of time for small things and
They
stuff
hard
like that.
body with, yeah, everything.
Me being from New York and being in Virginia, that caused a lot of conflict. Now, I done been on Rikers Island, so whether I lose a fight or not, we going to be fighting. You know, you're not going to say you beat me up or whatever, or you without me fighting back. But they had that F New York attitude, you know, and stuff like that. So I did a lot of fighting. And, you know, anybody who's been in the penal system know that the person who fights a lot ends up in the box a lot.
Right.
So when you in the box, you don't got no privileges, no nothing. You just got pencils and paper. So I just started actually just penning stuff. And I'm from Cypress Hills, Team Side.
Yeah, really? Where? Let's talk about it.
I'm from Team Side, right, though? But if you look at the...
Wait. They don't understand what Team Side is. I'm sure of this. But they'll mix it up with, you know, different places of Cypress, knowing about Cypress, but not the intimate details of what Cypress is.
I'm sure they
Which
done heard.
team side?
I'm sure they done heard of Tupac when he was talking about his notorious beef with the 18 Boys back in the days or whatever stuff like that. But nah, team side is actually derived from the 18 Boys, but on a legal note. I spoke to all the big homies in my hood, knowledge, all of them, Big L, all of them, and then I told them what I was trying to do with it, and I let them know that I wanted to take a negative and turn it to a positive, and I got the blessings. Team side is an actual acronym for Together Everyone Achieves More in a society that intentionally destroys everybody. Let's unite. You know, that's why my boy Ty Black here with me right now, because I'm trying to form that alliance where his paperwork clothing line. You know, it's one company, another company.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to get to that, but that's a profound name right there, too.
But
you know,
as far as the book American Thug, which is sold out right now and stuff like that, anybody that know of me, I'm the child of a rape. You know, my mom was raped and stuff like that. And being that my grandmother was Catholic, they don't believe in abortion and stuff like that, so she had me. So when I started penning American Thug, I started putting my life on the first chapter, and then I put so much stuff that I said, nah, man, I gotta actually go fictional, man. I gotta use my imagination, escapism or something like that, and stuff like that, and then my mind just started wandering off. You know, this book was so long that I had to put the print small, because it's like 500 pages small, so when I put it the regular side, it was way more. You know, and stuff like that. So it's like basically talk about a kid who was born from a rape, but he was born with like a gift. He got like a genital war complex. He know how to play people like chess pieces. He know how to use his own piece and actually win.
Kind of like Hannibal, the mind of Hannibal, that the original Hannibal, that was the general of the Punic Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Arthur and stuff like that. Okay, yeah.
Or like that character that Matt Damon played in Good Will Hunting.
Yes.
Remember how he was? This kid was similar to him and stuff like that, and he had that gift. And when he had got arrested when he was 15 years old, he had got sent to an academy because the judge was like, "You're too smart to go to the juvenile penal system. I'm gonna send you to academy and stuff like that." And when he was up in the academy, he actually took he played the chess master who was up there, one of the kids that was beating everybody in chess, and he beat him quick. Now, a dude that used to work for the CIA had actually got in trouble with him, so he got downranked and just actually became security at that actual facility. So they was like, yo, everybody started talking about this little kid and stuff like that, so they came and watched him play chess one day, right? So he contacted some of his peoples because he started seeing signs of the tests that how the CIA and the government actually recruits. And it was similar to this kid and his thing, so he took the test and passed it with flying colors. The only other person that had that score was Albert Einstein as a youngin'. So boom, he's 15 years old, he's still a minor. So the CIA came and seen him at the facility. Even before, JoJo was loyal to the streets, the 18 Boys or whatever, stuff like that. So he had that pull. He had the CIA that got his interest, and he still had the 18 Boys who actually was like loyalty because he caught that case at 15 for the son, Little L. Of the son of the head of the A team and all that. So he basically had that pull. So at the same time, the CIA trying to actually get him to come in, and his mom was like, stay away from my son. He's a minor or whatever. He wanted to get back to the streets.
All right, we're going to stop right there. Right. The details of that you want to see in the book. But there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger message right there that I definitely want you to talk about. How a child in the ghetto would think or does think in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Knowing he's a prodigy.
Yeah.
Knowing that the streets is on him. And knowing that other people want to recruit him. You know what I'm saying? In certain lights. Like talk about that dynamic right there.
It's the same thing that we all went through. Like when I was young, them dudes, them OGs in my hood, they was my role models. And when they started wearing Carcanal, I started wearing Carcanal. Yeah. When they started wearing cross color, I started wearing the way they talk, I could tell you some of these things these dudes used to do, the influence that they had on us in the hood. You remember being from that side, you know, we had the flyest dudes over there, all the money and stuff like that,
always
you know.
Coach and Jeep, Cherokees back to back and all that.
They had the whole Fountain Avenue lined up with cars, man. Like, just, you know, you remember that?
Yes, sir.
How that was and stuff like that. But this kid, this character in the book absorbed all of that. He was able to take that and put that in his own mind and become stronger than that actual kingpin. So, but you know how the CIA, the government is. They don't let off. And if you read American Thug, they really don't let off until they even try to trap you off to get you on. It gets real good, man.
Nice. Will you be doing reprints of that? Will you be doing reprints?
What you mean by
people that want more of American Thug? They'll be able to get a book.
Oh, we get that printed up ourselves. We go straight through. We don't got no middleman. We go straight to the book printing company and actually purchase them.
It makes a difference when you go straight versus really.
Because if I put that book on Barnes and Nobles, I think what was it, bro? They said that they'll give me $1.85 a copy.
They're taking most of the money.
They take the majority.
The most I got offered was $2.16 a copy. My book cost $20.
Oh shit! They take 8.
Yeah,
it's like 80%.
Yeah.
The price that they wanted, and I was like on some, hold on, we can sell it ourselves.
Okay.
You know, and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, it's no way. But look, what they think is that because they got the bigger clientele.
Yeah, they get more traffic.
What I found out through the lawyer is they got this bubble that they put in front of you. It's like this, and this one in the middle. They're on this side of the bubble, it's the rights you got over your work. It's the rights they got, and it's the in-between. If you look on their side, international rights and stuff like that, and if you smart on your business, they would take your book, change the language, and send it to Russia.
Right.
You ain't got no rights over that. It's not like you going to Russia and file copyright over there. They know about that.
So they get the whole 20 over there.
They get the whole thing over there. India, think England, think all these other countries that you can actually file and stuff like that, and they just give you America or something small and stuff like that. You don't want that.
Right. So it's like, this is like regular record labels with new artists that come in.
Pretty much.
You know,
What's to stop me from taking the money I got now to fly to China and file with the China government, American Thug? You can easily change the script of the language of your book on a Mac computer.
Right.
We even need a Mac to do that and stuff like that. But that's basically what we headed at with the American Thug. We tried to push, because I wrote 5 books. I got all 5 of them written down. We tried to push one right behind each other, but this American Thug keeps selling. Like, yo, Kurt,
the title itself is a brand right there. It's what America is about. Like, and when you match that with Mr. 45, and I saw you do that a couple of times, it spoke volumes. Because people don't have to just say, talk about it. They just look at it and say, oh, that's exactly what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Then they want to be intrigued about what's going on inside of it.
Yeah, we did a few commercials. We used Knowledge, Gap, and all of the OGs to do the commercials. So that kept it going. We actually did commercials. The commercial that we got, the most biggest one, it didn't even got nothing to do with American Thug. It's just the book featured in D.O. Hand, but it actually intertwines Gang Unit. I took the cops and the thugs from American Thug and Gang Unit and put them together because that was supposed to be the next project that, came right behind American Thug.
That was a good segue because now we're going to talk about the web series.
See, we're going to
what your plans is with that. Yeah. Speak on that, guys.
Just remind people who's now tuning in who we got in the house.
DBoxRadio.com, Mondays 8 to 10. We got my man Ike Jules, author of American Thug, and a whole bunch of other stuff going down right now, and the whole crew right in the back right here. You know what I'm saying?
Top
Crooks Lay Low.
And Marie.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? It's the movement, team side movement. It's a beautiful thing right now. And we're going to get into the transition of web series and if that's going to be a thing because it has been a thing for so long. There's been popular web series. Respect Life, Project E, Money and Violence, and The Terms and stuff like that. So, all right, you want to take that down, or put that on the resume?
G-Unit.
You don't got to tell the whole spiel, but let us know how you feel about that.
All right, no. To sum it up is all right. How you said everybody has a web series out right now? I'm not everybody. It's an oversaturation on it. I support them dudes. I sit in the house and watch their things, give them clicks and all stuff like that. But it's a more serious situation going on with this Gang Unit for the fact that every time I turn on the news, open it, they sweeping a whole project.
Yes.
So I started asking my partners, like, how do they go in there and get all that? Matter of fact, my boy Ty Black is, living proof of that. Where they could come into a project and snatch 45 people. And they was doing that all across the city, different states and stuff like that. And it falls under Gang Unit.
What?
A lot of people don't realize that Gang Unit is the actual unit in the precinct. They even the hip hop police.
So that shit is real, the hip hop police?
Gang Unit,
Wow.
Yes, sir.
It's cool because they look at rap crews, the top, like they did Bobby Smurda.
Yeah.
They had no real evidence, you know what I'm saying? But they actually put them as their head, and they actually labeled them a gang and run with it like that.
See this young black kid running around with a Phantom.
So is it Bobby?
So 550s.
So whose fault is it? Bobby's and them fault, or is it the rapper's fault, or should they?
It's always going to be a young black male's fault for stunting. It goes back to American Thug. You're labeled that. Like Pac always said, "Oh, we a thug not by choice. We didn't choose to be this." But we are what we are because of how we want to be fly, how we want to portray ourselves in society, and we all want to do better. So once the minute you got a little chips together and you want to do better, you show out. Oh, somebody's gonna hate you. Somebody's saying you're doing too much.
So that's my question. So should we tell the cats coming up not to be all flossy and flamboyant?
Oh no! Just tell them to watch Gang Unit because I'm basically
Nice.
doing Gang Unit to show these kids the evidence and how they collect it to come with. The biggest charge in the world is conspiracy. Conspiracy is over murder, robbery, because it's hard to beat a conspiracy charge. I can slap his hand right now, and they snapping pictures from 500 feet away, and now they're saying that's a drug transaction. He's a felon, I'm a felon, and all stuff like that. You take it to trial. Before the trial, they come to you and be like, "Wait, you cop out to this 3 to life." Because if you go in there, you face 8.5 to 25.
We're talking about another situation with that because a lot of people don't have money for lawyers.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can't get certain information on discovery if you don't have the money for it.
I mean, necessarily, you got to look at it like this, man. With
This
the
time
gang
black.
unit and stuff like that. Yeah, this time black, by the way, paperwork, whatever. But you got to think about like this. It's bigger than, artists flossing or people flossing in general. It really starts in the schools. They profile you from elementary school.
Yeah.
That's why they place the police in them schools and stuff like that, and then they profile you from school. So if you a child or a young kid that keeps on going to the principal office, they profile you from that point on. And then when you start doing good, they don't want you to do good because you got to also realize that jail is a business. It's the business. It's the biggest business in the world.
Prison industrial.
They're not building more
in America,
schools. They building more prisons. They not paying these teachers. You know what I'm saying?
They trying to arm them.
You have to think about it from that standpoint. It's a business. So what better way than to place an officer in the school and then he or she has a hands-on interaction with these young kids coming up from youth. So they already profiling them. You got to think that these officers are also trained to for psychological evaluations of children and of other people in general. So based off of your actions and your movements, they are already trained to observe you a certain way.
Yeah.
So
early criminalization.
Exactly. So
a lot of
once you get down, to the bottom of it, and understanding that it's a business, you're gonna make sure that your child is more on point on school, more into their books, and out of that principal office. But even still, you can't really protect them against that because from the neighborhoods that you're from, they're gonna profile you anyway, because they need you as a business.
Right. Oh, on a note, we'd segue into that. Why paperwork, Kruger?
Paperwork started, for me. It started for me in prison, and being in federal prison, the biggest thing, you have to have your paperwork. That solidifies who you are.
Yeah, we was together.
Me and Ike was actually together in California, USP Long Pop. But
my paperwork good.
It solidifies you as far as who you are.
Right.
And it also transcends into, I wanted to incorporate paperwork into everyday life. So, for us, paperwork is, look, man, be a stand-up guy. Don't be telling, hold your own. Don't be out here ratting. But at the same time, it also transcends into everyday life. Because everything that you do, you have to have documentation. You have to have paperwork. So if your paperwork is straight, doing this radio show, your paperwork straight, you legit, you solid.
Right,
Everything is on the up and up. So paperwork basically stands for, legitimizing yourself in every aspect of life.
I can dig with that.
But it initially started with, us coming from prison and me coming from prison, and, me having all that time that I had and giving it back the right way. I went to trial, I received 297 months. I was fortunate to win my appeal, give my time back the right way.
And put in paperwork.
Yeah, and put my paperwork in to get the appeals.
That's right.
I initially gave them,
little library, man.
I initially gave them 10 years. So, it's like, all right, I gave y'all the 10 years, they got me on paper. They got me on more paperwork out here, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just out here, moving in the right direction, man. Linked up with Ike Jules. I was feeling his movement, and I don't even want to look at it as a movement because movement stopped. I want to look at it as a lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle.
So I think that Team Side United is a lifestyle. Paperwork is a lifestyle. Overall, it's not a movement. Movement stopped.
Shouldn't you want to see your paperwork?
Exactly.
When you get some paper?
Exactly. Your paperwork refers to money. Your paperwork, you get divorced. Paperwork refers to everything, man. You know, I that's why I came up with the name Paperwork. You know, I'm wearing it now. You know, got my own clothing line, Paperwork.
Yeah, we had the photo shoot too. Y'all look forward to that. It's coming out.
Exactly. We had the photo shoot yesterday. The brother Rail right here, Hype Jews, you know, Annie Marie. We had the photo shoot yesterday, man. I think all the pictures came out dope.
Yeah, they did. I see them. Hey yo, and those of y'all who don't have the paperwork, you know where y'all end up at? On the cross, like Black Knowledge did, the snitch and gang unit. You know, that's like the, and you know, yo, look, let me tell you something. I woke up one night, right, like 2, 3 in the morning, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and at the time, 2 of my partners at the time, the gang unit was losing faith in the project. When I say the project, the gang unit project, it's taking too long or whatever, right? So I woke up 2, 3 in the morning, and I just had this crazy idea. Something said, have knowledge. Put a snitch on the cross like Jesus. Sweat all over me, you know what I'm saying? Because when you start writing, I'm sure many others can go through this. When you start, you don't sleep no more. Your mind actually moves while you're sleeping, And it was like, take a snitch and put him on the cross like they did Jesus. Because if you look at it, Jesus got told on. You know what I'm saying? So when they walked up to him, dude gave him a kiss on the cheek.
Kiss on the cheek.
30 seconds. Snitched on Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So
flip flops.
Now that scene right there was so big for my projects because to see an actual cross. I mean, this cross is like 10 feet tall. You know, and we had to make it with the Home Depot, get the nails, put it together. We had to get the blood and all that and stuff like that. And then one thing I wanted to happen, I said, yo, Q, you gotta walk it like Jesus did. So I guess he watched the Passion of Christ or whatever. And he did it, and he did it.
That's what I thought I was watching earlier when he was showing it to me. I was like, this is a new version.
That's the clip right there. And he did it good. Now look, when he was doing it, OG Gap had seen like 10 kids we had on our side. And he told them like about 45 minutes prior, yo, when y'all see a guy on the cross come out with blood, start screaming. Yeah. We forgot about them kids. Yeah, these kids are so smart. We forgot about them, so we shooting in the entrance. While he all bloodied and all that, walking with the OGs behind him, walking him to his death or whatever, the kids seen it and started screaming. You hear me? like they were scared to death and stuff. And that's the part of that clip I showed you that brought it out. While Nala's giving his statement, dissing Alpo, Nicky Bone, Sammy the Bull, because he broadcast this. You know, and for those that know, Black Knowledge is the main character that the gang unit is coming down. He got arrested 25 years ago, whereas him and his man Fudd was running the crew. He came home to find out that everything was ran wrong, so he had to feel as though he had to set a tone. So what he did was he actually, once he found out through the cops, because he be paying them off, that this dude was snitching, he said, I'm going to make sure that this don't happen no more. And the old head he was talking to him said something, and he was like, oh, I think you got a good idea. And then he resonated with that, putting the snitch on the cross.
See, when we come back, we're going to talk about the old head situation, because that's a game changer for a lot of youth that need to know this. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have somebody in your corner that knows what happened before, and they can tell you what happened, what's happening now, so it won't happen again. And then that's pretty much what that message is saying. You know what I'm saying? There's a lack of that.
The cycle.
Let's break this cycle. We're going to talk about that. BBoxRadio.com, 8 to 10. Oh, man, it's lovely. You know, tune in. Let's get busy.
Yeah, we got dudes in Dominican Republic, yo. What's the number? We got to say the number, too. Dudes said they want to call in and all that.
Shoot. Yeah, actually get a chance to actually... We tested it out earlier, all right?
Hold on, Q.
We just tested it out, too.